Imagine having an AI agent that does all the heavy liftings for your business, booking appointments, following up with leads, and also nurturing your prospects without you lifting any of your fingers. So, in this video, I'm going to show you how to exactly build this AI system inside of our company step by step. So stay with me. And in case you don't know me, this is Ashkan from the Hired AI. We own a community on School which we teach you how to create these AI systems for your own company that books you more than 15 sales calls per day and fully automated within 8 days of your learning process. And just to mention, this community is only for business or agency owners, or at least people who work for these kinds of businesses or agency owners that want to implement these AI solutions into their businesses. So if you don't fit into that category, you can still enjoy watching the rest of the video. Let's waste no more time and jump right into the actual video. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to show you a quick demonstration of how the actual AI voice agent is going to work. So let's just do a quick demo, and you actually know what is this whole voice AI agent thing is going to do for your business. So let's just do a quick demo. So let's assume that you open our website called thehired.ai. Okay. So then you can click on this get a demo now. I'm not going to click on that get a demo now, but we can just open another demo form that I previously created. This is going to be the same thing after you click the demo link. I'm just doing this part because I don't want to put my own contact in our actual leads form or leads data. So let's just do a quick demo, and yeah, so here is all the data that we need to trigger a call. Okay, here's this one also. We have all of them up and running. Okay, now you see that I'm getting a call on my laptop. It's actually connected to my phone, so no worries.
Can you hear me?
Hey, who am I talking with?
Hey, Ashkin, this is Lisa from the Hired.ai. You're in our school community with Armin Liagat. I'm calling to check in with you about a new offer that might interest you or your clients. Do you have 30 seconds for me to explain it?
Okay, let's be quick about it. What do you offer?
Perfect. We've just launched a new offer that made one of our clients $45,000 in a single day using AI callers like me. Would you like to hear more about how this
Yeah,
works
sure.
and how
Keep
you
going.
could do the same? All right, here's the deal. One of our clients had a list of 6,000 leads from Facebook ads. Over 5 days, we called every single one of them, booked hundreds of meetings, and generated hundreds of thousands in revenue. This system is great for reactivating cold leads, nurturing warm leads, or cleaning out entire lists to book a crazy volume of meetings. And get this, you could even resell it to your own clients. Would you be interested in booking a meeting so we can dive into how it can work for you?
I mean that sounds seductive. So yeah, I mean yeah, I'm interested. What about it?
Great. Let's get a quick meeting on the calendar to discuss this further. What time works
Okay.
best for you, and what's your location so we can get the time zone right?
I'm based in Dubai, and can we do a meeting for 10th of January and on
Sure.
5 p.m. Dubai time?
Hold on a sec. Perfect. Your meeting is now booked for January 10th at 5
Hmm.
p.m. Dubai time. You'll get a calendar invite from the Hired AI shortly. Please
I
check
really
your inbox
thank
to
you.
confirm.
Hey Lisa, can you just end the call now? I'm done with you. So I just wanted to do a quick demo
Sure
with
thing.
you and check if you can actually book me a meeting. Let's go check the calendar. Thank you, Lisa. Goodbye.
Absolutely. You're welcome, Ashkan. Have a great day, and I'll see you at the meeting. Goodbye.
Okay, let's hang up the phone. And here is our calendar. Let me just do a quick refresh. So we go on this page and also we go on that page. We still don't have anything over here. Now we're going to actually get it like in 5 seconds or so. And just, okay, here just, boom. You see that we just booked a meeting exactly on the time I mentioned, 5 p.m. Dubai time, which would be on 10th of January on Friday. Now you see that I just triggered the call. As soon as I submitted the form, I got called, I got qualified, and we actually booked a meeting. Nothing really complicated, and also too fast, too easy. So let's actually show you how the system works. And okay, so let me just quickly show you how the system works in a mind map that I've previously made. I mean, it looks ugly, but it's just basically down to earth. So I just want you guys to understand what is going on here. So here, let's assume that we have a funnel or a landing page, which your customer would be the stick man panicking while falling into this funnel. And this would be your customer or the new leads, the hot leads that are coming to your landing page or your business. Okay, then after submitting a form, they are actually going to enter your CRM, which would be GoHighLevel in this case. Your contact info would be gathered through the form, or either it could be anything that you have created to get the actual contact information through your funnel landing page. So whatever you have on your business, you can just get it here. Then with integrating make.com through webhooks and these kinds of stuff, you're going to send the contacts information to your make.com account. You are going to automate it using different automation methods. There's mostly a chat GPT module included inside of these make.com scenarios, which would help us a lot, at least not in the actual calling part, but the whole part of booking your meeting or something else is going to act really it's actually going to matter to us so much. So after you integrate your first contact information with your make.com scenario, it's going to trigger a call through WAPI. Again, it's going to send an HTTP request to WAPI so it can trigger a call. You should have previously bought a number through Twilio or Vonage, which are phone number providers. So I think that should have been mentioned also. So now that you have triggered a phone call, let's assume that your customer has ended the call. Something happened during the call. Maybe the customer was interested, maybe the customer was not interested. Maybe they booked the meeting, or maybe they wanted the call back, or at least maybe they didn't even pick up the call. So now all of that data related to the end of the call is going through the integrations again back to make.com, a different scenario, again integrated with ChatGPT, which is going to be your summary or the transcript of the call. And in this case, again, from make.com, it's going again back to your CRM, and boom, you just basically automated a whole process which would take a whole life of a human employee, but you just did it like in a couple of minutes. Let's assume that the customer picked up the phone and also talked a lot on the phone, so maybe 5 minutes. This whole process is going to take maybe something around, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, or maybe sometimes half an hour for a human employee. So yeah, that's just the whole thing inside of a real down-to-earth mind map. And just let me quickly show you one of our clients that we are working with. Let me just quickly bring up our dashboard, so you can see the actual information and statistics yourself. So here is one of our clients that are in a real estate sector. You can see that we have made over 3,500 of new calls, which in that case, you see that 40%, actually 40 of the customers or the leads that have been through a call were interested. 11 of them booked a meeting, and 29 of them were only interested but didn't book a meeting. Maybe they wanted a meeting for later, or maybe they didn't have time. So if we add up all of the interested customers together and we basically do the math, it's something around 1.3% of the whole new leads which were interested. And just let's assume that this was a human employee for a second, so you can see how much of a what's it called, how much work it's going to take a human team to make that much calls and actually get that much interested customers out of that much calls. And also you can see that the total cost of this whole 3,500 calls was only $180, like $180. That's it. So again, you can calculate yourself of how much you're going to pay for a human. So from now on, I'm going to show you a step-by-step guide of how to create this fully automated system. You can just stick to the video and enjoy the whole content. Let's start from the GoHighLevel platform. We have created a workflow, which let's assume that the rest of this part, you are not going to know it now. This is nothing to be really worried about. The only important part is just this trigger. This is a trigger which, what is actually a trigger? A trigger is an actual item that is going to obviously trigger your workflow. So whenever a contact does the thing that is related to that particular trigger, it's going to enter your workflow. And then here's what happened. Okay, this trigger is called form submitted. Whenever a customer submits the demo form, for example, that I have previously created, it's going to enter this workflow. And again, according to these conditions, so let's see one of the conditions are met when your contact is going to submit the demo form. Okay, if you read it, this is if workflow trigger is form submitted. Let me open it for you so you can actually see what is happening here. Yep, the condition is if the workflow trigger is form submitted, which would be this one, then your customer is going to go through this branch. And then here we are going to trigger our first call. After that, the assistant, actually the customer is going to tag, or actually some kind of, tagged as a first caller. So what we do here, we have a really complex system that I think we have implemented 6 or 7 different assistants for calling. So I'm just going to explain a little bit more of an easier version of it, so you guys don't get confused by this complex workflows. So yeah, let's assume that this is going to tag the customer as a first caller, and it's going to send the customer to the next workflow, which would be this workflow, as you can see here. So as you can see here again, you have a first caller tag, something really similar to the previous workflow. That again, this would be triggered whenever the customer goes out from that previous branch inside of that previous workflow that I showed you, and it's going to again pass through this condition, which this condition is nothing else. Again, it's just going to check if the contact has actually entered the workflow through these 2 triggers, which in this case would be this one. And also again, we have another demo form submitted here, so there's actually no difference here. So if you basically submit a demo form, you're going to get the first call no matter what. So this is maybe a simpler version for your understanding. And then if they pass through the first condition, they're going to they're actually going to have their data sent through this webhook to our first automation on make.com, which the rest is just for error handling. We can just discuss that we can just discuss those more complex stuff later on to our other videos. So until here, you can see that all the customers actual important stuff which are essential for a call to get triggered are going to be sent through this webhook to this particular URL, which would be our make.com automation, and also these 3 custom data that we are going to send through this webhook are also, as you can see, the VAPI's API key and your VAPI assistant ID, and also your phone ID, your Twilio phone ID. So here we are for now done with the GoHighLevel part. And then we go through our first make.com scenario. This would be our first actually voice AI calling system. This would be the trigger of the call. So now that we have previously sent the data through the previous GoHighLevel workflow, all of the data is going to be caught here in this webhook module. As you can see, this is the exact same link that you just saw in the previous workflow inside of GoHighLevel. You're going to organize and categorize the information that we need through this webhook, because this webhook is going to include a lot of useless data. You can see here that there's a lot of useless data that we don't need. So we're just going to organize and categorize the ones that we need. You see that it would be the email. The current time is something related to only make.com, which would just show you the current date and time live. The phone ID, which we previously showed you that you're going to send it through the workflow on GoHighLevel. The last name of the customer and the first name, the customer number, the assistant ID, the API key, which all are needed for the first call to get triggered. So here we have the first actual trigger to our VAPI assistant. So here is the VAPI URL, which is where the call should be triggered on. Exactly. You can see that there's all of the data here. So many data here. So that's why I told you that we need this tool. We don't need all of these data. This is going to post a request through the VAPI's URL. So what is it going to be posted here? You can see that these are essential headers, and this is another kind of header. It's called raw JSON application/JSON. You can also add this as a header, but no need to. Okay, so but let's get to the real part. Here is a little bit more complex if you're not familiar with programming or JSON formatting. This could be a little complex to you, but you can just listen to me, and at least if you think that you're not understanding it, you can just copy and paste the whole thing. So here is actually the requested body through the URL, which is going to be our data that we need for the first call to happen. So it's going to be sent to VAPI, and now boom, you're getting a first call. So let's assume that you have created the first call. Okay, now let me just pause on the automations and just quickly show you our VAPI's settings, so you actually know how we create our AI agents besides the automations. So here we are in VAPI. This is our assistant called Lisa or something else. Just you can basically change the name as you're wanting. So here you have the first message. In this case, you can see that we have hey prospect name, which would be the first name of the customer. Can you hear me? So where does this prospect name is coming from? You're probably thinking that how you can implement variables inside of your VAPI's prompt. So okay, let me just quickly show you the JSON format again. So you can see that we have assistant overrides here, which would be variable values that, okay, for example, the prospect name is a variable value, which the value for it would be the first name of the customer, which would change every time, or per execution it's going to change. So whenever you send this data to your VAPI's assistant, it's going to read the prospect name, also written this way in two curly braces, one in the front and two in the front and two in the back. It's going to read this prospect name as the value that it's actually containing. So for example, this time it was Ashkan, which would be my name for the test purpose. Okay, now you can see that we have prompted the AI to act accordingly. Let me just do a quick prompting for you. Not actually prompting, I'm just going to give you a quick tip for you so you know actually how to prompt the AI. You're just basically going to use another AI to prompt your AI. So this is the key. You're actually going to use AI to prompt AI. That's the best way to do it, because AI knows better. So let AI just do it. Okay. So we're either going to open Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, or whatever kind of AI that you actually trust or you like. So we can just do something that, let's say, hey, Claude. Okay, that's gonna take a long time. Okay, let's say that we want to create an AI voice agent named Lisa, which is prompted by you, right? Something similar, you can just write it for yourself. I want you to prompt it in a way that it's going to act according to the prompt and make the prompt well categorized and organized. Okay, there are a couple of issues here, typos, sorry, my bad. So here we have told him to make the prompt well organized and categorized, and so it can digest it easier. Let's just say that. It is going to be able to book appointments and qualify the leads. That's it. Let's just have this for here because this is not a prompt engineering video. I'm not going to waste time on that part. So that was just a quick demo of how to do the prompting. So let's see what it's going to give us, what is going to be output. I'll help you create a comprehensive prompt for Lisa. I'll structure it in a clear, organized way to ensure proper understanding and execution of her roles, appointment booking, and lead qualification. You see that it's giving me the perfect thing that we want. So I'm just not going to use this for the sample. I just wanted to show you that what should it actually look like, and then you're actually going to work on that and do maybe a couple of hours so you can get the prompting to the perfect. That's it. So you're just basically going to copy and paste this whole prompt that it just gave you. Okay, that's the wrong button. Okay, you just have to copy it from here. And then you're going to come here, paste it in here, and boom, I don't want to paste it now. So yeah, you now have a great prompt for you. So you just have to work on it. You can also implement different kinds of variables in here, as you can see. So there's no difference between the first message or the system prompt according to the variables. You can add a knowledge base for your assistant, which could be a document or a PDF file, which let's say it includes your data about your business or whatever you own. So here you can select a model, which in this case we have selected ChatGPT 4o cluster, or you can also select mini cluster, which would be close to the speed would be close to the ChatGPT 4o cluster, and also the cost of it would be half the price. So here are the rest of the things. You can just put the temperature on something between 0.5 or 0.7. That's on you. Remember to always click publish. For the transcriber, everything is correctly set here. You can just select your provider, which in case we use DeepGram, the language would obviously be English, and the model would be Nova 2. For our voice, it's just it depends on your opinion. We are using 11 Labs as a provider, and we're using a custom voice called Lisa. So here is also the newest model for 11 Labs, which would be the fastest according to the latency. Here we can also select or actually set different kinds of settings for your assistant's voice, which I prefer not to touch them. Also, one thing that you can always change is the background sound, which you can set it to office. And when you're actually on a call, it's going to have a background noise of an office. So it looks a little bit more human-like or natural to you. The functions would be the place that you actually create a tool for whatever kind of task you want your AI agent to be able to perform. For example, in our case, would be checking an availability from our calendar so it can book the meeting after the call ends. So here we have previously created a tool and added it already. And I'm just going to show you the tools after this part is finished. Here is the advanced section. You're going to always have the audio recording enabled. These are also settings that it's going to impact the way that it's going to talk. The AI agent is going to talk. So you can see the start speaking plan. For example, this part is how long the assistant waits before speaking. We have set it on 0.8 seconds. For the smart end pointing, I prefer to turn it on because it's actually smart. It's going to do better than us. These are the other settings. You can just copy and paste the whole thing and read them yourself so we don't waste time inside of this video. Also here is where the actual call transcript and the outcome of the call is going to be sent to through this webhook, which would be our final scenario and automation in our make.com. And also the rest is nothing to be worried about. So here is the most important part of the call, the analysis part. You're actually going to have three different parts in the analysis part, which would be the first summary, then would be the success evaluation, and also the structured data, which is also more important than the other ones. So what is going to happen is that for the summary, you're actually going to again prompt an AI, so it actually summarizes the whole call the way you want it. You can just again pause the video and check what we have actually done here, so we get the summary that we are looking for. For the success evaluation part, you can just prompt the AI so it can check how successful the call went, and you can also give him different scales. For example, you can just give him you can just ask the AI to give you a number between 1 out of 10, or maybe just a simple good or bad, something like that. This is not really important, guys. So let's move on to the next important thing, which would be the structured data. In the structured data part, you are actually going to have this as the most important part. So let's say that you want actual variables or actual containers of data from the end of the call. Okay. For the rest of our automations, we are going to need an actual variable called outcome, which would be, according to the description that we have prompted the AI again here, would be you're analyzing an AI assistance call transcript, classify the call outcome using only our 7 available options, which would be voicemail, didn't pick up, not interested, warm, not interested, busy or interested, or some other stuff, which would be a meeting booked also. So all of them are self-explanatory also. You can maybe again pause and read them. I think I missed callback, so you can just read that also. So yeah, it's going to just basically give you the outcome of the call with only one of these values. That's it. And for the rest, it's just some of our improvement mechanisms which we have newly implemented into our system, so we can improve our systems more and more for our later projects. So you can just skip the AI detection and the AI improvement, which are again more complex stuff. And for the callback time, you can also have this variable and ask the AI to, or actually prompt the AI to extract the exact callback time which was asked from the customer which wanted a callback in this specific format that is readable by the system. So let me just quickly show you the tool section here. So here's also how the tool works. You can see you prompt the tool, so it actually knows when to trigger a tool and when to use it. And you are again going to have something similar to the structured data part here, named properties or functions for the tools, which no need to explain these again. These are actually again variables that are going to be valued according to what the customer says and what the AI is going to extract from the transcript of the call. Okay, so I think we're done with VAPI. Also, let me just quickly show you something. So here are the files section that I have previously told you about, and yeah, you can just basically add different files and documents for the knowledge base. Okay, that's it. Let's get back to our make.com scenarios. Okay, so now here, let's assume that the call has been created, has been triggered, and has been done. So our customer is going to pass through this branch, and either actually, if the call has not been correctly made, or if not, if it's actually not triggered correctly, it's going to have the customer pass through this branch, which would be tagged as an error, and we're going to be notified after. So we're going to uh, check it manually, and again, the contact which was tagged as error is going to enter a loop of getting called and called and called until the error is fixed, maybe manually or maybe automatically. So here, let me show you two other actual scenarios, which would be the calendar checking tool, which this scenario is related to the tool that we have created in VAPI previously. This is actually going to check if the time asked from the customer is whether available or not available on our team's calendar. So again, it's going to catch the data from that particular tool. It's going to, first of all, it's going to get the time asked from the customer. In this ChatGPT module, we have prompted it to extract the time asked and also turn it into a time format that a system or a device can read it. So let me just quickly bring it up for you. So you can see that we have prompted that it should give us the date format as an ISO 8601 format. And here is the variable that I've previously set here. So this is going to be the input, and we are going to place the output in here in this tool to reformat the date and time. So we have the start time and also the end time of the meeting. Now let's place the start and the end time of the meeting inside of our calendar with this HTTP GET request, so we know if this time requested is available or not. You can see that this is basically asking the calendar to check if it's available or not. According to that, it's going to again, this module is going to again result an output, which is going to again be processed in our ChatGPT module, which would be giving us an actual sentence, a human sentence, which we can actually read without having issues. So it would be either a no or a yes, and then we have here a webhook response, which is going to send back the outcome of our calendar back to your assistant, so your assistant knows what to answer to your customer. So let's say if it was an available slot, it's going to inform your customer that this was an available slot. And then for the rest, it's just going to search for the contact, get the contact, and also update its time zone according to the time zone asked here. That's it. So here's again for the during the call tool. Actually, this scenario is for during the call. And now let's assume that we have actually we had an available slot on the time asked, and you're actually going to book a meeting. Now let's hang up the phone call. This is where this scenario is coming to actually do its job. So again, the outcome of the call or the transcript or the summary or anything related after the call, like the post call, is going to be sent through this webhook. You're going to again map out everything that you need instead of a bunch of useless data here. Then you're going to search for the contact. So according to the outcome of the call, we have set filters here, which would separate contacts according to the outcome and the analysis of the call. So here you saw that previously I made an outbound call. The assistant called me, which would be an outbound call. So you see that my customer, or actually me, my test customer, have passed through the outbound call, and this module is going to tag me as an outbound call made. I'm just going to quickly bring it up for you. So here you can see the call type was saved as an outbound phone call, which this would be also shown in the GHL scenario. So here is also the rest. You can just basically figure it out yourself how it's going to work. You see that this is the same thing. If the outcome of the call was voicemail, not pick up, or did not answer, or busy, or anything else, it's going to send me through the pipeline of our GoHighLevel and put me in the AI follow-up opportunities. So, and also it's going to add a note of a summary, the outcome, and the transcript of the call after everything that is going to happen in this scenario. You can see that we have the adding notes module after every one of them. So let's assume that it was an outbound call, which it was. You see it passed through here. We also update our Excel data sheet through every module. So we also save everything in our Excel sheets, I mean Google Sheets or whatever you call them. So here, let's assume that it was a booked meeting, or either the callback interested, not interested, a meeting booked, or a warm, not interested. So we were included in one of these, which would be a meeting booked. So we're going to have our customer pass through this branch, which in my case, the test was happening this way. So again, it's going to pass through all of these branches. And again, it's going to be separated according to the outcome of the call. So you see that everything is actually self-explanatory. You see the callback time was again extracted through here. So we can add to the custom fields of the contact when to actually call him back again. You see that we have the callback time here. It's the result or the output of this pulsing ChatGPT module, which is actually prompted so it can extract the ask time for the callback. Let me just quickly bring it up for you. You can see that this is the same thing that I'm talking about. Okay, so here we passed through the meeting booked branch because I booked a meeting. Actually, I was interested in the demo call. You see that again, it's going to extract the time of the exact confirmed book meeting. It's going to ask the calendar of mine to actually book a meeting and confirm it on the calendar. If it was an error in any terms during the booking of the calendar, it's going through this branch. It's going to again notify us, and we're going to do it manually, which this is a rare case, but we have this just in case. Error handling is the actual important part of our automations. And if the calendar was actually able to book it on itself, then we are just going to get updated as an opportunity status of booked meeting. You can see that, yep, here. Our opportunity status changed to meeting booked. So now that we're done here, I've basically explained the whole, what's it called? The whole thing that is going to happen in this part. Then we are again done with make.com. Back to our workflows on GoHighLevel. So this was the first call workflow. Now this is the opportunity updater workflow. It's going to update our opportunity according to the update contact modules back in make.com, which was at the end of every branch. So let's say that I booked a meeting. You see that the trigger would be this one. The opportunity says status changed to meeting booked. And I'm going to trigger the workflow going through here. According to my trigger, I'm going through one of these conditions, which would be this one. See that the create or update opportunity would be through my pipeline, which is called AI caller. It would be a meeting booked stage, and yeah, that's it. We now also have our client inside of our pipeline, which in that case I should have been in this place, which I think there was just a misunderstanding here through the automations. I don't know why I'm not here. Let me just quickly check it out for you. So this is a meeting booked. Okay, let's just save the trigger and back to the meeting booked scenario. The opportunity status should be meeting. Okay, with no spaces, nothing extra added here. So let me just quickly do another demo call, and you see how it is actually going to work. Okay, here again, I'm going to submit a new form. Now you see what is going to happen. Okay, here's my contact information. Boom. I should get a call real soon. See, it's updating. Here's the call happening.
Can you hear me?
Hello, who am I speaking with?
Hey, ask him. This is Lisa from the Hired AI. You're in our school community with Arm and Lehat. I'm calling to check in with you about a new offer that might interest you or your clients.
Hey,
Do you have 30
can we
seconds?
just skip all of those parts and just book a meeting? I'm based in Dubai and I also
Straight to
want to book a meeting for actually 7 p.m. Or no, let's do it on 3 p.m. Dubai time on 10th of January. Can we?
one moment.
Slow
All
down.
right, 3 p.m. on January 10th isn't available. How about we do 11:30 a.m. or 7 p.m. Dubai
Okay, let's
time?
do that.
What
Let's
works
do that.
better? Just a sec. Great. Your meeting is now booked for January 10th at 7 p.m. Dubai time. You'll get a calendar invite from the Hired AI shortly. Please check your inbox to
Okay,
confirm.
thank
Looking
you.
forward to our
Goodbye.
discussion, Ashken. You're welcome, Ashken. Have a great day. Goodbye.
Okay, back to the scenario now. Let's see if we are actually going to pass through this route that I'm actually showing to you. This should be the route that we're actually, yep, boom, bam, bam, bada bada boom, and pow, book the meeting. So let's just check the pipeline status. If I refresh this page again, as always, now I think that I should be in the meeting booked opportunity. If not, there should be something else wrong in the automation that I have messed up during the video. Let's check. Hopefully it's not. Okay, it is actually. So this should be something wrong that I've messed up. Let me just quickly check. So this would be this one, right? Okay, I don't get it actually. How is it actually going to work? But it's not showing me in the pipeline, which would be another issue that I think maybe just could be something that I'm doing wrong. And that's the only reason you need professionals for these automations. And now again, I'm telling you, if you ever think that these kind of workflows fit to your categories, and also uh, you are going to need help with the complexity of these scenarios and automations, you can actually consider joining our platform, joining our community, and you can get the results that you want using these automations on your business or agency. So here again, let me just, instead of the pipeline, let me just refresh it again. Until then, I'm going to show you the newly booked time, which I think that it was on 11:30, right? Let's check. Okay, here we have. Okay, it was actually 3 p.m. Okay, not 11:30. Yeah. So you can see that we have also a newly booked meeting here, which was booked just right now. So here is the booked meeting. Let me go check the pipeline again. Nothing in the pipeline. Okay, that will be an issue for this video. Okay, anyways, I think I've basically shown anything to you. I mean everything to you. Here's again our community. You can just go check it out yourself. Here's also our website. You can just grab all of the links in the description. I think that's it for today's video, guys. And we are coming up with more content. And yep, that's it. I think that I'm going to see you in the next one. Peace out for now.